Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Today is September 26th.
I don't know. I think so.
September 26th. And right next to me we have Ralph Zavala.
Yep.
Now you are almost like a veteran of sport now.
I'm hoping to get there. I got 4 fights in 1 year, so I'm happy
You got
about
4 fights in 1 year.
My
First stop,
so.
first year, and it's stayed really busy. Now let's once again, where you born and raised? Introduce yourself. Deja vu.
My name is Ralph Zavala. I fight out of Rough Gracie Pleasanton. I'm born and raised from the Bay, San Leandro, California. You know.
Now, in a perfect world, how much longer do you think you keep doing the amateur before you go pro?
Truthfully, I want like 2 to 3 years. I want to be a seasoned amateur person, and then I want to go in with like maybe 10, 15 fights, have a lot of fights, and then come in pro when I'm ready. Come in pro by winning fights, not just by somebody wanting to fight me because I suck. I want to win fights and then go to pro.
That's pretty awesome. That's a good goal to have. Now, on your upcoming fight, that's another chapter of accomplishment.
Yeah.
So you fighting somebody who's making MMA debut now. It's good and bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
And to me, it's good. It's like, okay, you're fighting someone that have a lack of experience.
Yeah.
Bad, it's like you don't really know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes kind of like a hit and miss. Even like, I've been in the game for a long time, and sometimes you're like, I'm fighting a debut, and all of a sudden you get some fucking NCAA wrestling champion, some Abu Dhabi grappler. Like you just don't
Some
know,
crazy shit.
right?
Yeah,
Some crazy
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
But I don't think this fight is in that case. But like you're against Raul Ortiz from Dark Horse in San Jose. So what did you do homework? What do you know about your opponent?
I don't really know much about him yet. I'm sure we're gonna look up some stuff, find some wrestling stuff, see how good he really is, see what he could do on the wrestling mats, and then we'll figure out how to finish him on the MMA mats.
So what I find out from the coach, I know he is definitely a high school wrestler, more like a wrestling base. Green on MMA, never had a fight, and either a white belt in jiu-jitsu. For what I know, I don't think even a blue belt. I think he is a white belt. So from what I've heard, it's pretty standard. It looked like he might try to take you down, stay on top, and try to ground and pound.
I'm not too worried about that.
Yes.
I'm sure he'll get caught into a submission or something. So submission, but really I do want to hurt somebody with my hands, and I think it's the best fight to do it. I think it's the best fight to do it. So,
you know it's crazy though, time to time. Every time when I put two wrestlers together and they end up stand up.
and that's how it might be like that.
They end up like just stand up brawl. I'm like, where's the wrestler?
Well, what I've noticed fighting the wrestlers, they don't like getting hit. Which is kind of, at least the ones I fought, when I punch them, it's all like,
and they start shooting.
Yeah.
Right.
That's okay.
So now, you are a 135-pound fight. What do you walk around with right now?
Right now, I'm like 150, maybe even below that. I really been keeping my weight down. I kind of let my weight last time go up to like 55, 56, and it kind of made the cut a little bit worse than I wanted. I want to be better. I'm here.
Now, this is the one and only show in Northern California. A lot of people don't realize it. It's you get weighed the day before.
Yeah.
All the other amateur shows that you go to, in Sacramento and all the other places, you pretty much weigh in 11 a.m. and then the fight is 5:30 p.m. So like I highly against it from my camp. All my amateur guys, we looking for the one that's the day before weigh-in because I want them to understanding what a pro feels like it. Little water load, little weight cuts and all that. So now, and some people found on our show like for a few times, like yourself, and they get used to that, and all of a sudden
Go to another show.
right? And go to another show what? Waiting 11 a.m. and then
I'm
you
fighting later today.
right? And you're fighting like a 5 p.m. Like what the fuck?
No, that sounds shitty. But.
Yeah, I mean, but that's what all the amateur show is in the state of California. It's regulated by that. Do you ever think yourself can move down to 125? It might be a
I've honestly thought about it because at first when I started I was 145, but when I look at my first fights I was freaking fat. And then my third fight, which is the first fight I went to 135, I was all like, I was ripped, muscled out. And now it's being a lot easier to just keep my weight down. I'm like 48, 50. I think if there's $1 million on the line, 125, I would make the cut.
But the thing is, how old are you right now?
21.
So you still growing though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like people grow, they grow into their frame usually like 23, 24, 25. When they hit like 25, that's what like a growing man's strength. and then usually you field up a little bit. Like, and then the good thing about you have the height.
Yeah.
You know, like for 135, even 145, you do have the height. Like if you're like a 5'5", 5'6", it's kind of like you want to squeeze down to 25, so make a bigger 25. But but again, once you squeeze down, your chin might get a little weaker.
Yeah.
You know, you see a lot of times people cut so much weight, and then they touch the chin and it goes down.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I feel really strong at 135. I feel really big. But the last two fighters I fought, I could just feel in the cage. I'm like looking over them. I'm standing right above them. That's how I feel. So I like this.
So this 35 might be a destination.
Yeah, I mean the weight cut's not too bad, and I feel strong, and I feel way bigger than other people. So
now, ideally, on your last fight, you lost to Austin Daniels.
Yeah.
Unexpectedly, like I haven't seen the guy fight.
Yeah.
I never met the guy before. First time I watching him fight, and then apparently he's a brown belt.
Yeah,
he got you with the arm bar.
Yeah.
And originally I was kind of hoping whoever winning the fight will fight for the title on this upcoming one. But unfortunately, Austin told me he is not available on November. He's ready to fight next year again.
Okay.
So I'm like end up having another guy matching up with the 135 title. Now, last event, did you pay attention on the 135 title fight? Reno Bergen versus Ashton Stanley.
Ashton won, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I heard that was an upset. It was. I think I did watch it. I remember watching it. Ashton Stanley was a dog. I like it.
Now this one, if you do come off a win, you are definitely entitled in the line to whoever So now this upcoming fight, the 135 title, is Ashton Stanley defending the title against Irving Martinez, that coming off a 2 straight win.
Irving Martinez.
Yeah. Look him up.
He knocked someone out.
No, he won the last 2 fights by decision.
Okay.
You know, by one by split, one by unanimous.
Okay.
He's gonna fight Ashton Stanley, which means a very classic matchup.
Yeah.
You know, Irving is a striker.
Okay.
You know, and obviously Ashton is a ground and pound.
Oh, Irving Martinez. I know who it is now. Mexican dude, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I know who it is.
Yes. So he said this might be his last amateur.
For who?
Irving. He's the last one. This will be his last amateur, possibly go pro. But for him, it's different because he's 30 years old.
Yeah.
So it's not a whole lot of time to wait. So why keep doing the amateur for free, where you can get paid?
Yeah.
And also start. You're entering a different league too when you go to pro. So now, do you pay attention on Reno Bergen?
I haven't paid attention to Reno, but I've seen him in the locker rooms, and I've seen the last 2 fights. I think his jiu-jitsu's good. I remember he was against this last fight. He was trying to get into a bunch of like leg stuff with Ashton, and Ashton Stanley was calm, composed, pulled out. I think if somebody like that who's gonna be jiu-jitsu based and just fall to the ground and go for the legs, I think if you know that's gonna happen, that's gonna be easy to play with.
Right, and the thing is, Reno kind of got exposed on his last fight. That he's more like a jiu-jitsu grappler.
Yeah.
But when you enter in MMA, you have to modify a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. Because sometimes you go for those leg locks and you get in your face pounded.
Yeah, and that's why I work on a lot of wrestling. I came in jiu-jitsu 3 years ago. I feel really good about my jiu-jitsu, but now the last year or so, when I watched the first fight to wrestle, I've been focused on wrestling. And even now, after this last fight, now we're really focusing on wrestling, really focusing on defending and takedowns.
I think that's how Ashton Stanley beat Reno. It's the wrestling department.
Oh, for sure. The wrestling department staying on top. I remember now.
Yeah.
It's all coming back to me. I remember watching it.
So now, after this one, against Raul, I believe this will be your toughest challenging as far as wrestling based.
Yeah.
Because he's all pretty much wrestling based, so it's interesting now.
And he'll be the first one with jiu-jitsu, a lot of jiu-jitsu background, so I felt Ashton Daniels, even though he was a brown belt, I almost caught him in an armbar in the first round. So and it was like really almost there. So I feel good. I felt good with him wrestling and the jiu-jitsu aspect when we got to the ground. So
that's pretty awesome. Well, let's see how this fight play out. After this fight, November 9th, we take a month or so off and let everyone enjoy the holiday, and then we gotta get back at next year in March. Good timing. If you do come on top, get another win with 3-2. The next one is gonna be whoever winning the title on the November, you'll be the next in line at
I'll be there.
135.
I'll be there.
That
That
was
was this
it.
time.
So keep your eyes on those 135, you know, and then I'm sure they're gonna keep their eyes on you too.
You better.
Now, people want to get a hold of you, buy ticket, come watching you fight, Deja Vu. How can people contact you?
Ralph Zavala MMA on Instagram. That's really the only place I'm active on. So just come see me there, or come to the gym, Ralph Gracie Pleasanton. Come get your tickets.
Now, who is your favorite UFC fighter that you look up to?
You know, I say Sean O'Malley, but his last fight I don't really.
Well, it's crazy.
I don't really like how he looked.
You know he has a labrum surgery this week.
Does he really?
Yes. So basically, he actually have injury. For what I've heard from social media, he actually got injured, but he doesn't want to pull it out. You know how much he get on his last fight? Almost $4 million. So here's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, you're not gonna pull out for
exactly.
Yeah.
When you're getting like, I mean, when I look at the payout sheet, I saw it was a 3.6 million or something what he's pay out, you know, and then probably besides the endorsements and all that.
And that's a shitty fight too.
Right, and obviously, like, he doesn't want to pull it out. That's a paycheck that will,
of course.
that will set you for a
Yeah.
long time, right? Depends how you want to live your lifestyle. But so as soon as after the fight, he basically announced that, like, this week I think he's going into get his hip surgery.
And that's probably why he's taking the year off, huh?
Yeah, so he wasn't looking as explosive.
No.
Some of the takedown, like he usually, like when it's on his feet, press forward. But like I watch him and find like he wasn't 100% of him. So
he was letting Marab dance. Normally, Sean O'Malley's the ones dancing around, going around the cage. Marab's the one that was dancing around.
So
That just didn't look
yeah,
right to me.
and then I actually watched the fight for a couple of times. We were watching, like, I kind of thought he agreed what he was talking about. Like he won the first round, the third round, the fifth round he got taken down for a little bit, but he popped back up. And then I do actually might agree he might still ahead of a little bit on the fight. First, third, and the fifth.
He dealt way more damage.
Yes,
I agree.
and every time when he touches him, he got cut up. But again, you know, when you lead your decision to the judge's hand, it's really kind of hard to say, you know. So hope that guy's, you know, kind of a recovery quick. So, but this is one of my favorite fighters too, you know. So now talk about you, you know. So you have a lot of 135 is a packed division. A lot of 135 they are looking at you as well as you're looking at them. So I'm curious about how this fight's gonna play out and what opportunity will comes up in the future, you know. So now talk about your training. You know, a lot more wrestling.
Yeah.
You're training with Michael Chandler's cousin, Gunnar Somerset.
Yep.
So who is your main training partner besides him?
We got Gunnar Pedro Moreira. He's a 16-year-old, but he's really good. I
That's
think
another beast.
Yeah, he would give a lot of people a run for their money. 18-year-olds, 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds. I think he would fuck a lot of people up. So that's one of my main training partners, and Gunnar Somerset.
And I'm working on Jay as we speak this few days, and somebody just turned him down actually yesterday, and the guy's like, it's a black belt, and shit, it's kind of hard for me to pair it up Jay to fighting on the card, but I'm still working on it. Hopefully we'll nail something down this week. You know, now any special sponsor, supporter, training partner, coaches that you want to shout out to?
Just everybody at the gym, everybody that rolls with us, everybody that gives us words of wisdom, everybody that helps us with not only our body, but our mentality as well. This whole fighting thing is a mental aspect, so we need these people around us to help us.
That's pretty good. Now, I'm watching you make your debut. Now you're 4 fights in, and I'm watching you grow every fight. I can't wait to watching you in the future when you're on the spotlight, big stage, and all this interview will become a historical, raw footage.
An archive.
Yeah, and then I'll be very happy to be part of your, you know, your journey on your MMA journey. So this is pretty crazy. You know, watching a young up and comer someday hopefully become a superstar.
It's gonna happen. That's the main goal.
Yeah, don't forget the little people though.
No, we won't.
Now, your opponent Raul Ortiz watching this interview, what do you have to say to him?
Be ready, man. You know, I got experience. I don't know what exactly you got experience in, but if it's just wrestling, then don't think that that's gonna help you too much. So
that's pretty awesome. And for more information about this upcoming fight card, we are updating the website this weekend. Check out DragonHouseMMA.com. This event's a live stream pay-per-view nationwide for all different devices. So making sure you guys order the pay-per-view voucher if you cannot make it to the event. And get your ticket directly from the fighter so they can get a little bit of credit for it. and DM him, message him, go to President Ralph Gracie. So making sure you guys stay tuned. Follow me on Instagram, subscribe my YouTube channel. I got some big news about to drop out, possibly first week of December. We are building a professional grappling studio in Stockton. So pro grapplers only. So we'll go up to your Tapology. We are ordering a 22 feet round circle cage just for the grappling event. Set up a studio so hopefully can get a UFC fight pass on the grappling. So we are starting the first submission only grappling Dragon House League. Roughly it's going to be in December. I will announce it as soon as we get the cage. So stay tuned, guys. Any last word you want to say to anybody out there, fans and family?
Just let's go. I'm ready to fuck somebody up. Let's do it.
That's right. He's ready to fuck somebody up. Making sure you guys stay tuned November 9th at the Kezar Pavilion. I'm Zhong, and right next to me we have Zavala.
Yes,
Is that
sir.
your boy, brother?
Thank you.
Signing out.